Brooklyn-born iconic hip-hop legend, Big Daddy Kane is, of course, one of the greatest MCs in history. And now, the show-stopping performer is letting his acting do the talking for him. He's in a new movie. It's called Dad Rehab, The Next Session. It premieres this weekend.
All right, gentlemen, how you doing? Thanks for being here. Welcome to Dad Rehab, Jersey City chapter.
Whew. The sequel to Dad Rehab follows a group of men who are seeking to be better fathers to their children as they enter a rehabilitation center for much-needed counseling. They're trying to overcome their shortcomings and their struggles. Big Daddy Kane stars in the TV One movie, which again is scheduled to air 8 p.m. Sunday on, what better time, Father's Day. And joining me now to talk about his role in the movie and so much more is the award-winning entertainer, the legend, Big Daddy Kane. Welcome to the show, good brother.
Hey, man, glad to be here. Glad to be here.
What drew you to this movie?
I just really felt that, like, the drama side of it, I thought that it was something unique and interesting where it would make people see, a different side of me. I thought that, it was so well written, and to really embrace this role, it would make people definitely see a different side of me and acting, and also, what it represents, as far as it goes with strong black men trying to be strong fathers.
Watching black men be strong fathers is so important, and so when I watch you playing a negligent father who's trying to repair a relationship with an estranged child decades later, and I'm watching y'all try to build that relationship, and I'm watching you think, I'm like, yo, this is some heavy stuff. This is beautiful, watching you try to do it. What was it like playing that role?
It was interesting because in my own personal household, I'm raised by both my parents. My mother and father was together until my mother passed. So I'm not from a broken home. I'm raised by both my parents. But like, I have a lot of friends that come from that type of background. So just understanding their stories, I can definitely relate, and I understand from things that they have said, to me. I guess the biggest issue was the emotional thing, because I'm just one of them type of cats that don't get that emotional. So I had to really just dig deep into certain things that I feel like have affected me in a way that makes me emotional, so that in those particular scenes I could really express it and try to make sure that it came across on camera.
Was that the hardest thing for you in terms of going from emceeing to acting? Was touching on that emotional button?
Oh yeah, without a doubt, brother. I mean, it's like I think back, like doing like films like Posse. I had to learn to ride a horse. They said they wanted me to be this slick gambler from out of New Orleans. And, I went and spent like about 2 weeks with my family in South Carolina, just trying to really study that Southern lingo. But with this, it wasn't like, I'm just learning something that I felt would come easy. It was like trying to do something that I'm not accustomed to doing, So yeah, it was definitely hard.
Yeah. And I'll tell you, brother, tapping into that, and I've experienced that as a writer, sometimes tapping into that emotional space is not just good for the project, it's also good for ourselves. You might have found some stuff, dug into some stuff on the personal side. I don't even need to know what it was, but you might have touched on some stuff that you need to deal with anyway, you know what I mean?
No, I understand you, and I wasn't going to tell you anyway.
Talk to me about hip hop and fatherhood, man. Hip hop, there's a lot of hip hop stories about fatherhood. A lot of them, like you said, aren't good news stories. A lot of it is songs about fathers not being there. Old school stuff, from be a father to your child to newer stuff. How do you think hip hop projects fatherhood and talks about fatherhood?
Well, I mean, I think that there's definitely different sides. There are certain artists that embrace it and show the importance and what it means to them. You know, there are some that even go further and show how life-changing it is, you know, and I think that's the beautiful thing when you show just how life-changing it is. You know, I mean, me speaking as a father, you know, I remember back in the 80s, my oldest son, who's 32 now, you know, having him, you know, it was the type of thing where, you know, whatever school he had to go to, whatever clothes he needed, you know, any time we wanted to take trips and go do this, do that, you know, I was there for that, making sure that it happened, you know. But I mean, was I there to watch him take his first steps? He say his first words? No, I wasn't there for that. You see what I'm saying? Now, right now, I have an 8-year-old, and for my 8-year-old, you know, I mean, I was there for all of that. You know, I was there with all of that. Like today, like my wife just bought me a new grill for Father's Day. You know where that's going, right? But it's all good. But anyway, though, my wife just bought me a new grill for Father's Day. So getting that assembled and everything, and wrapping up all the cardboard. Like my son, my little 8-year-old, he right there. Me and him jumped in the truck, rode to the dump together. Got rid of all the cardboard and all the other, you know, miscellaneous stuff, and threw that in the dump. And he's sitting there right there with me, throwing his stuff away. And I'm looking at, you know, like those are those moments that you cherish. That's that stuff that means the world, you know. Because I mean, like, today it was just so beautiful just seeing my little man right there with me. And like that's what we go through on the regular, you know. And I don't know if how you.
No, I was gonna say, did you have any regrets? Do you have any regrets? Is there stuff you had to repair from your 32-year-old sons? I know you talked about sort of not being there for some of those early moments there. Was that something you had to fix?
Absolutely. You know, it's. I mean, well, you know, in all honesty, I don't really think it's something that you can fix. It's something that you can only, you know, explain and, you know, hope that he understand. You know, I mean, you know, because I mean, you can't change the past. You know, to fix it, you know, would be me, you know, going back, doing something different. You know, I mean, I can't change the past. You know, but I mean, it's like I've always been there for him, and you know, he know that, you know, that if he, you know, anything he need, I'm there for him. It's just like, you know, I just wish it was the type of thing where I could have been in his life a lot more than I was, you know, just like on a regular day to day, you know.
Yeah. Let me change gears before we run out of time, because you know I got more questions for you, but I got to ask you the hip hop question, because everybody gonna ask. Well, 2 hip hop questions. First one is, who are the artists these days that you listen to? Is there anybody from this generation that resonates with you that you be like, yo, they got it?
I like J. Cole is my favorite. J. Cole is my favorite. I love J. Cole. I got a lot of love for Rhapsody, J Electronica. I love the Migos swag. You know, I'm not too deep into their music, but I love their swag. You know, I love the way they dress, and you know, the persona they put out there. You know, I like that. You know, but yeah, that's pretty much it.
That's the Big Daddy Kane combination I would have expected. You liked all the lyricists, because I still say you're one of the most underrated lyricists of all time. And then on the other hand, they gotta have a swag, man. Do you feel like when people list their top 5s and talk about the greatest of all time, that you get left out too much?
No, I mean, I hear my name a lot, but I mean, it's like, it's the type of thing where, you know, depending on what generation you from, what area you live in, you know, you know, that's going to determine your top 5, what you grew up listening to, you know. So I mean, if someone leaves me out of their top 5, you know, who knows? They may have not grown up on Big Daddy Kane, or they may have grown up listening to a different type of hip hop, you know, during that time period. So you know, it's all good.
Yeah, see, that's why I get mad, though, because I feel like, you know, my generation and me at 42, like Kane, G-Rap, y'all all, you know, KRS, y'all all in the mix for us. But this new generation is like anything after Biggie, sometimes they act like didn't exist. So I get frustrated sometimes. I got 30 seconds, though, Kane. I got to put you to the test. Big Daddy Kane's top 5.
as I just said, you know, I mean, it all depends on how you was raised and what generation. I can't say.
I'm talking about yours though. No top.
I don't
Oh
really
man,
have a top
you the
five.
first.
I have lyricists that I like. To run them off real quick. Let's go with myself, G-Rap, KRS-One, Rakim, Jay-Z, Nas, Melly Mel, Grandmaster Caz, Kumo D, Big Pun, Eminem, Jadakiss, Ludacris. Yeah, those are some of my favorites.
You said everybody. Yo, that's some smooth stuff you did there. I see how you did that. You like, I was just say everybody, man. No, but those are all.
No.
MCs,
I
man. I love it,
named
man.
my favorite lyricists. Now you can take them and section them off into fives. You know what I'm saying? But those are some of my favorites.
All right, good brother, man. Yo, Kane, I appreciate you, man. Good luck, and everybody. We cannot wait for Kane to show his acting chops at 8 p.m. on TV One this Sunday, Father's Day, for an amazing, amazing film. Kane, thanks for joining me.